holes and hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I hope I won't forget to find them. 'Cause I got memories and they roll like gypsies in the night. I wait for home and wait for someone to tear it down. I might get up in boxes and head for the next town. I got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. Roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, got no roots, got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, I've got no roots. I like digging still, but that's just a wishful thing. Ask me where I come from, I'll say a different land. I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. I'm not on things and numbers, and that's the guessing game. It comes ways it changes, the rest is still the same. I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, I've got no roots, got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. Got no roots, I've got no roots. God digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I like digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I've got no roots. Got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, I've got no roots, got no roots. Yeah. So I just want to see what that sounds like. First time I heard that song, I'm like, damn, that song was written for me. Because I've spent, since 2011, going from place to place, planting crystals, offering blessings. The first year, I did all 50 states in 52 weeks. And I put my feet in the water in all 50 states. And of course, you gotta include Canada because I went up through British Columbia and Yuma, or British Columbia and the Yukon Territory. So that includes both of those areas, but put my feet in the water and offered, did a 4-directional medicine wheel. That first year it was little tiny quartz crystals for, I want to say the north was little owl feathers from around the face, carrying the heart. It's the face feathers my sister had gifted to be a part of the medicine, and the east was sunflower seeds. The south was blessing water, and the waters were blessed by grandmothers from the full moon grandmother drumming healing circle, and also from India, from the Diksha, from that one. No, that was the second year, pardon me. No, we did a huge Diksha ceremony. A bunch of us Diksha oneness trainers. Huge weekend. And yeah, the waters were blessed then, and then we had a firewalk ceremony, and that was the send-off. And so yeah, I was also blessed by the Diksha blessers, the oneness. And then the west was, oh, let me remember. Oh, I had gathered these little stones from all over when I was doing, like, you know, when you're like little small ones that were very unique. Well, all stones are unique, but these were really unique ones that I had gathered in some ceremonies, some that were gifted to me, but there were 52 of them, and etc. And then in the center, so the north was the crystal, and then the above and the below, no, yeah, the crystals were the below, and something was for Father Sky. Oh, come to me. And then the heart was, well, a release of my own little love. Anyway, but that was all 50 states. So that was beautiful and powerful, and it was usually in a state park, or if there was no water at the state park, there would have been something nearby, or I was called to stop at a certain place, and it was done before leaving the state. But I waited for that pull, you know. And so ceremony was done in all 50 states, and it continued after that. Every 50 to 75 miles after that, there was like this weaving that took place. I would be called to stop somewhere every 50 to 75 miles, and even in India, there were a few times it drove Gautam nuts. He's like, "Ma'am, we never get there. You stop." I said, "I have to do this. I have to do this." And usually at the end of each peregrination, the pipe bundle would come out, and there would be like this blast of energy that would go through to activate. This last one was a border peregrination, and I was gifted this huge thing of crystals from Brother Hummingbird, and of course I was like, oh, I can't carry all of these, right? But I did, all but 9 of them, all but 9. I went through and connected with each crystal. Yes, 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 no, yes, 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 and all but 9 crystals hopped into the bag, and there was a perfect little place on Raven, and opened up the bag whenever I was called to, and the crystal, there would be 3 crystals usually at each stopping. Sometimes there were 4. There was a few places there might have been 5, but I had taken pictures of all of them, and the eagle or the raven that stopped me, that would hold high watch while I did the ceremony and plant the crystals into the ground or into a tree hole or into the water, wherever they told me where they wanted to go. And I thought it was going to be all along the border. Well, it turned out to be a different border of the United States. It's not the border that we see or that is on the map. It was within the border. And so I'm very conscientious. At some point in time, this map is going to get made from all the, because everything is documented. And I've been watching the weather, watching these different things taking place, different fault lines, kind of really getting into that along with the astrology. And it's interesting, very interesting. So we'll see how this all plays out. Anyway, so there was a grandmother that called me, she who plants crystals. And so when I heard that song, I'm like, that's me. So it kind of became like my new song between Raven and No Roots, and there's a few others, a couple of others that really like half-breed, share half-breed, and that really call my heart, and is like, yeah, this feels right. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I just wanted to see what it was gonna sound like. And kind of seems to be a thing that's beginning to happen with my little journal entries, is to open with a song and then go into a sharing of whatever wants to come through. I've been feeling a lot of twangs in my chest. So I'm beginning to wonder if something's taking place. My last share, I want to bring some clarity in that share, because maybe that's the ache in my heart. There's a part of me that doesn't even want to upload it, because I know that there's a lot of really freaking good people out there. We're all good. The core of our heart, we're all good. Because we're all God. And so many times when I share, sometimes it may sound very harsh towards certain people or groups of people or parts of our collective. And I really don't mean it that way. I stopped sharing once from my heart because it stopped delving in so deeply, because it hurt some people. They took it personal. And nothing I share is personal. Because each and every one of y'all, and I mean, even including the government and Trump and Hitler and even the Jews or the blacks or the natives or whatever you want to, or like I recall sharing about the 8th fire, and I don't mean any anything personal, anything negative, anything bad, anything harmful. That's not what I was trying to share. So if it did come across harmful or negative, please forgive me. Please, please, please forgive me. But I also recall, that sharing that I was that person that, I've been that egoic spiritual person. And I'm not saying that the eighth fire has anything to do with the ego. There may be some people who use it as a part of their ego or try to monopolize from it. That's on them. And that's between them and spirit. That's between them and the energies. But I'm not immune to that. Nobody is. Nobody is. It's a fine line that we walk. And so when I see things out here, it's my responsibility. It's each one of our responsibility to not point fingers and take that inside. And that's what I was sharing from. Because I see the discernment in it. And my discernment is, do I want to be a part of that? Or do I not? And that, for me, is when I feel that energy beginning to grab a hold of me, it's my responsibility and my discernment to pull back and go, no, oh, I want to keep this very sacred, because it is sacred to me. It's the only reason I'm here. It's the only reason I do what I do, is to keep it sacred. And that is my integrity. That is my responsibility. And so, Spirit inflicted that on me once. I shared that. And I learned. At least I pray I did. And so when I feel that, I pull back. But it also brings me to a discernment and an understanding of what I want to walk into, what I want to allow my ripple effects to come from. And when I feel those ripple effects, I can pull away and come back differently, or expend my energies in a different place if it does not feel in alignment. And that's for each one of us. So it's not that it's bad, and it's not that it's good. It's just the way that it is. We each have our piece. So that was aching my heart. And I wanted to bring that clarity. And well, now it's just an itch, so maybe that's a good thing. Maybe Now, there's also this understanding of, if something I have shared has triggered you, has went, the fuck, or, well, then good, as my dad would say, because that means That's where your work lies. Follow that trigger. Follow that energy. Down, down, down. Find that taproot. That's a healing. It's a good thing. Shine some light on it. Pluck it out. Recognize it. And let it set you free. So, thank you. We're all walking each other home. And we're all going to the same home. Hey, hey. So peace, dignity, and freedom.